I'm here with JR from lunch.com. JR, we have a question for you. You talked a lot about the importance of respecting user-generated content. What happens when user-generated content gets out of control?
That's something it's like I was trying to explain a little bit. That's one of the hardest parts of the job, because at some point you need to step in and you need to do something. Because if you let it get out of control, it will overrun the community, it will dominate. That will be the only type of content that you have on the site, and it will scare off the people that want to contribute the type of content that you're really looking for. So you have to step in at some point, and you just have to remove the content. And if the offender continues to post that content, then unfortunately you gotta just clip that member from the site and deal with the losing a potential contributor, but hopefully saving the community in the long run.
You also talked about how easy it is to get community rolling in 4 steps, basically. Why do you think so many people have trouble with that, and what do you think are the main mistakes that they make in trying to get a community buzzing?
Well, if I said it was easy, I didn't mean it's easy. It is very difficult, and I think people have the misconception that it is pretty easy. And like even Ben was saying as we were talking, the ramp up, that early time of getting it going, it takes a long time. It's a struggle, and it can be frustrating in the beginning, but if you take the time and you're patient enough to let it grow and let it develop, and you lay the foundation the right way, it can really grow into something that's pretty spectacular.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's really not something that's easy. Because you need to be patient, because it takes a lot of time to get it going.
Are there any user-generated content disasters that you've seen in your career that you want to share with us?
Disasters.
Yeah.
Disasters.
Situations that got out of control?
Well, I think we've all seen certain sites that came on really strong and then have faded because they've been replaced by another service or another site that might do it a little bit better. I guess you could call that a disaster, because they had an opportunity to do something spectacular. Like, let's just take the social networking space. Friendster was the first there, then MySpace came and beat Friendster,
right. And
then Facebook came and basically stole all the thunder from MySpace. It's like, but I don't even think I'd call that a disaster. That's just an evolution of the product, an evolution of what the consumers were really looking for, that kind of bypassed those sites for something new, for something that was initiated. It's really going to be interesting to see what Facebook, with their changes in their privacy policy, how that affects people contributing content now to Facebook. But they're big enough, I don't think it'll necessarily be an issue for them. But as soon as you make big changes in your privacy statement like that, and your whole site is based on people actually sharing about themselves and contributing content, if they're a little less likely to do that now because they might have some privacy concern, that could have a large detrimental effect on the overall network. So that'll be interesting to see too.
Agreed. One last question.
Yeah.
What deodorant do you use?
It's embarrassing. I use like a kid's deodorant. I use Axe.
That's great. What about Old Spice?
I don't use Old Spice.
Why not?
Should I be using, is Old Spice a sponsor? Should I be using Old Spice?
They're not a sponsor, but have you seen what that man looks like?